Hello everybody, welcome to this special presentation. Today we have the honor to host Mr. Boaz, CFO of Pluristem Therapeutics. The company already visited us. It was the COO, Mr. Yanni, who came to visit us a couple of months ago. Right now, technically speaking, if we take a look at this company, well, it took a hit since the interview, but right now it's staying within a clear neutral formation, worth to be watched. The entry point, technically speaking, on a stock like that is at $3. We're trading at $2.92, so Mr. Boaz is there to tell us why Pluristem is a company that you should continue to put on your watch list. So, Boaz, thank you for coming by.
C'est un plaisir, Christian, and merci pour l'invitation.
Excellent. So, let's switch to English right now.
Yeah,
no
sure.
But I appreciate
I'll practice my French
no
next
problem,
time.
No problem.
À la prochaine fois.
No problem. We look forward to it.
Yeah.
No, talking of the clinical studies that are going on right now in South Korea, when can we expect the results of those clinical studies? Because I know it was a big part of your growth strategy when Mr. Yanni came in the first interview.
Right, so that's correct. Our multinational intermediate claudication trial is currently conducted in 4 countries. It's run in the US, in Germany, in Israel.
Okay.
And it was recently initiated in South Korea, where we already have 8 active sites in place.
Okay.
We're very pleased with the commitment we see from our partner, Cha Bio. And we're looking forward to expand the collaboration. As for the when we should expect, we're looking to Q4 2016 as the quarter we should be expecting for efficacy results. And I think if we're looking further down the road into the next steps, I think we should look into our business strategy, which basically states that we want to license the indication with partners that will assume responsibility and manage it to marketing. And the benefits we see with that strategy are, 1, we inject cash to the company. It's a validation of our technology and products. The partner that we're engaging with is assuming responsibility for managing and financing the clinical trial all the way to marketing, and we looking to partner with a leading pharma company in that indication space. And a great example would be our licensing with United Therapeutics, which is a leader of the pulmonary diseases and currently run a pulmonary arterial hypertension clinical trial in Australia. So for IC, I think post-phase 2, we're looking to license the deal, which will help us continue to develop our pipeline.
Concerning the licensing, so you, in the last interview when Mr. Yanni came, he said that you were looking potentially to have some kind of a joint venture with your partner in South Korea. Is that option still on the table?
That's correct. I mean, the license deal with Cha Bio basically states that upon marketing, we're establishing together a joint venture and with 50-50%.
Okay. And now concerning Japan, because you know Japan also, after the health authorities said that cell-based therapies, after if they have positive phase 2, positive data, that they will be able to allow them. You met some people in Japan recently. So 2 questions concerning that. How's the meeting been going? And will the results that you get from South Korea, will you be able to use them to get in Japan?
Right. So first of all, we're very excited with that happening in Japan. I would cautiously and optimistically say that's an evolution for the cell therapy space. Japan is the 2nd largest healthcare market, which has the highest rate of population over the age of 65, and it's going to double in the next 10 to 20 years. That is creating a huge economical burden over the healthcare system. And basically what they're trying to do, they're trying to accelerate products into the market. So as you stated, that's correct. Based on good safety and efficacy data in phase 2 clinical trial, a company may get conditional marketing approval with reimbursement, which is going to significantly shorten the time to market. So I think when you look at that, we've seen over the last 10 months, many Japanese pharma companies reaching out to us and us reaching to them. We had multiple discussions with all of the major players in that market, some of which are continuous discussion. Moreover, I think we're very pleased to see that also medical device companies and manufacturing companies are reaching out to us, expressing high interest in our manufacturing processes and technology platform. So with that regard, I think, one thing you asked about if we can use South Korea. So the question is probably not. They're going to be, the clinical trial will need to be conducted in Japan and by a local partner. And that's why we're enhancing our activities over there. To that end, we've engaged with a consulting firm specializing in the Japanese pharma market, who has a strong networking and knows all the people, who has more than 4 years of experience, and helping us navigating throughout the business, what we call the business hurdles, in order to streamline the discussion. So we're very enthusiastic about that. And if I may, I also mentioned to kind of in a broader context, we also see it also in other regions, like in Europe with adaptive licensing, which also states that based upon good clinical data in phase 2, you can go to condition marketing, and eventually it all sums up to economics.
All right, excellent. I love it. So now let's talk about United Therapeutics, which is also one of your partner, where actually you get your revenues from.
That's right.
First of all, there's the first cohort of patients in the phase 1 study that United Therapeutics just announced in the recent press release. Now, is it a milestone that has been reached in this partnership, and what all the other milestones that would need to be reached? Because it's all about, I think it's $48 million that you can collect in terms if you reach certain milestones. So how much revenues need left to collect the $48 million totally after this first milestone was reached with the cohort of patients?
So first of all, the answer is no, it's not a milestone. The milestone, the next milestone referred to an IND submission either in the US or in Europe. But we're very encouraged from the advancement of United into the second cohort, and more specifically to their recent statement in their last Q call, where they define our PLX product as the most transformative product in their phase 1 clinical trials. The next milestones refer to advancement of the clinical trial into phase 2, 3 and marketing, which thereafter will start collecting royalties.
So is it you going to be involved in that, advancing that to phase 2, or is it mostly them?
Well, it's run by them. As we said, Bistrati, they're running the clinical trials, but we do positively look in the next 2 years to meet for milestones, as you mentioned.
Now, can you update us, Boaz, on your research of preeclampsia? Because I know it was a disease that you were targeting. Can you update us what has been new there? What have you discovered that your technology can cure? How can it cure that disease?
So first of all, I'd like to give the viewers at home a bit of a background about preeclampsia, which is one of the leading causes of death of pregnant women, and it is an unmet medical need. The disease is characterized by high blood pressure and protein in the urine, starting from week 20 of pregnancy. When preeclampsia becomes severe, there is an urgent need for delivery of the baby, and as you can imagine, having a baby delivered in early stages may well impact his lifelong health condition in the future. So we're looking into a prolongation, a safe prolongation of the pregnancy. Our preclinical trials has demonstrated reduction in the blood pressure and safe prolongation of the pregnancy. Based on that, we've submitted orphan drug designation to the FDA, and we approached several regulatory authorities for the approval and initiation of a clinical trial, and we're waiting for the response.
But you cannot give a date so far. When will you get those results?
No, I think since it's a sensitive, what we call disease, that's something that would be very hard to predict. We're, in a constant interaction with them, answering the question, but we do hope that we'll see that happening in 2015.
Excellent. Now, concerning the orthopedic area, is it also an area that you're also targeting, or is you mostly focusing on preeclampsia?
Well, I think that's something we're still evaluating. I mean, we had announced earlier this year the muscle injury results, which demonstrated significant efficacy. We're encouraged for that, and based on that, we're looking and evaluating one of the orthopedic indication. Probably we'll take a decision next year.
Now, concerning cash, because you're the CFO, now let's talk cash. Let's talk your language. How much cash?
Show me the money.
So how much cash does Pluristem has right now, and how would you allocate this cash? Because I know recently there's a big announcement with this massive investment that you did with your plant in Israel, I think.
Right.
So how much cash is left? How would you allocate it?
Okay. So first of all, Pluristem well financed. We have 59 million in our balance sheet as of June 30th, 2014. Our primary focus in enhancing our product line and indications, while taking advantage of recent legislation we just mentioned in order to bring a product to the market.
Yeah.
In addition, we're investing much time and money to pursue after collaboration and commercial partnership, which we spoke about Japan in other regions.
Okay. So you don't have a number where you're going to put this, are you going to put more money in the plant, or are you comfortable with what you
I think the
realize
plant,
right now?
the plant, we've moved into the new plant in end of 2012. I think it's kind of a state-of-the-art GMP certified plant, which got many approvals.
Yeah.
Still investing in the scale up for the manufacturing, but I think most of the investment has been already done.
Okay. In terms of scaling up, has there been some challenges in scaling up, or have you been able to make sure that your technology can stay still stable and in control while you're scaling up production?
So it is stable. If you look, our plant supports production 150,000 doses of 300 million cells on an annual basis with a batch-to-batch consistency.
Okay.
So I think that's a major differentiator if you look at our industry, and definitely give us an advantage when you look into the future cells.
Excellent. Now, to complete this interview, there's one last question I want to ask you, Mr. Boaz. It's about the vision.
Right.
So, with what you have accomplished so far with Pluristem, so can you say that Pluristem right now, with everything that has accomplished, the plant that was built, the talks that you're having with Japan, the agreement in South Korea, the agreement with United Therapeutics, do you think that Pluristem is in a good phase for 2016 to be a profitable company?
So first of all, we're very satisfied with what we accomplished so far. And I think we're optimistically looking in the future. I think, we very focused on taking advantage in the recent legislation to bring a product to the market. We see that is a key challenge and something that we want to do. And I think that subject to having a material license there, which we're working on, with all the meetings that we're conducting, whether in Japan or other regions, I think that subject to that, I think we can look into profitability in the next 2 to 3 years. And on a kind of a more global basis, I would say that I think we're looking into maybe the golden decade of the cell therapy. I think the question is when it's going to start, and who is going to be there. Who have got the answer for that?
Okay.
I think we're clearly going to be there, and I think when that's for us and the rest of the industry to prove.
Excellent. So it was really an interesting interview, Mr. Boaz Gur-Lavie.
Thank you very much.
Definitely look forward to for you to come back, especially in French. We look forward for that. So you need to take some courses. I'm sure Liz is gonna make sure your French is up to date. And definitely never hesitate to come us again. Your company is interesting. I love the story, and we look forward to hear back from you.
Merci beaucoup et à la prochaine fois.
Thanks a lot.